Crafters. This is Georgia with Creative Moments by G. Thank you for sharing your time with me today. As you can tell, I'm kind of hoarse because I have bronchitis, so I'm trying to get over that. But I am so excited to be back after being gone for a whole week. Today, we are going to work with music from the heart. Have you seen this stamp set? It is so pretty. We are very excited to make a card today. Now, I've made 2 other cards, but the card that we're getting ready to make, I haven't really made it. We're going to make it together. So, let's head down to the crafting table and let's get started. Okay. Well, what you're going to need is you're going to need a card base that is 8.5 by 5.5, and you score it at 4.5. Okay, you're going to need a first mat that's 4 by 5.25, and then your next mat you'll need 3 3/4 by 5, and this is where the creativity is going to come in. I have a really neat idea, I think, for this. So, since we already have this scored, let's go ahead and lay down our first mat, okay? So I'm just going to get our silicone mat, and the reason we like our silicone mat is because nothing sticks to it, right? So we are going to just put some wet glue, and I like to use the wet glue because it does give you some time to maneuver it around, just in case you want to slip it down in a corner. So let's get this down first. Okay, so let's go ahead and move this one over to the side. Let's bring in our stamping mat so that we don't get any ink anywhere. And let's bring in that second layer. Now what we want to do is we want to create our very own background. So we're working with this music from the heart, and we're going to take some notes. We're also going to take, I think, the bigger note that we have, and let's take this one. So let's get these on the right blocks. And now we're going to use some memento as our ink to go ahead and stamp these notes to create a background. I just think this is going to be so pretty. So let's start with the bigger one first, and let's really get it inked up. Let's just see how we did. Okay, good. And I'm just going to put it right there. Okay. And then I'm going to get another one. There. And maybe I'll ink him up at the top again. And I find it easier to go ahead and turn your paper instead of trying to turn your hand, because you're used to keeping your hand in a certain position, right? So we're just going to do that. Put some notes all over. Now we'll come in with the smaller note. Let's see, where else could we stamp some? We want to make sure it's good and covered, right? Okay. Now some of this will be covered up. Okay, I think we have it. Now, the next thing we're going to do, we are going to raise that up on some dimensionals. I love dimensionals. And because we want it to be sturdy, we are not going to be stingy with our dimensionals. So we are going to put them on all the corners, and then I'm going to go back and put it in the middle and on the sides as well, because we want it to be sturdy, right? Now, I really like using my poke tool, right? You can just go right in and just take the backing off of your dimensionals. I just think that is a great way to use it. Of course, there's lots of other ways to use it, But I really like this. It just takes everything off. So we're going to take this, make sure they're the right way, and stick around because I have 2 other cards I want to show you that we created. So here's our background so far. Now the next thing we did is we took our Painted Labels die, and it has this beautiful die cut in it. You see how pretty that is? Isn't that pretty? Yes. We're going to put this right here, and we're going to set it up on dimensionals as well. Once again, we're not going to be stingy with our dimensionals because we do want things to maintain their height, right? Okay, so we're just going to put this in the middle. And I really like black and white, don't you? Oh, I think it makes a statement because in a minute we're going to bring in some red and then it really pops. So the next thing we want to do is we want to get our piano, right? And we need to stamp it on a white piece of paper, and then we're going to use our 2 1/4 inch circle to cut it out. So we're going to ink this up really well. Make sure we have good contact. I like to stamp it off just to see how we're doing. Okay. And let's see, we'll put it about right there and just hold it. Oh, that's perfect. Now, before we punch it out, we're going to use dark cherry cobbler of our blends. We just love these blends. Have you used them? They are so nice. And we're going to go ahead and color in our heart. Such a nice dark color, isn't it? I really think this might turn out to be quite pretty. And it's not difficult. But I wanted to make it with everyone just to see how it looks. And then at the end I have some other ones to show you. And don't forget this little tiny point of the red heart right there by your music stand part, right? Now we're going to take this and we're just going to center it in the middle, about right there. Punch it out, and there we have it. So we're going to put this right in the middle. Once again, we're going to set it up on dimensionals. We love our dimensionals. And we really want to focus on the middle part of this piano for the dimensionals so that it really holds it up in the middle. Okay. We're going to set this right there. Look at that. We created our own background. Very simple. We're not going to put our message on the outside. We're actually going to stamp it on the inside. And what we've decided to use is "You're the music in my heart." So I think I'm going to get Lovely Lipstick, and we're going to stamp it using Lovely Lipstick. Okay, we are going to make sure that we ink it up really well. Just tap, tap, tap. And let's see how that looks. Oh, very nice. So we're going to put that right in the middle. And there we have it. Look at that. See how fast that was? And yet made such a statement. It has dimension to it. You open it up. You're the music to my heart. I think that turned out so nice. Just a real quick card for you to make. Remember, I told you I was going to show you some other cards that we made earlier. Now look at this one. This one, we just made a top fold. We punched out a hole, right, using our punch. And then we made a border using cherry cobbler paper. And then we just put just a note on white paper, put our keyboard. And on this, I thought that was really creative. We made our keyboard and then we cut it curved so that we have like a border at the bottom. Isn't that cute? And then we stamped him in the middle and put our little bird there. So this is just a note of thanks. Isn't that cute? I think that turned out so cute. I love how we have this punched out part right here. So that's another one. And then finally, you know how I feel about stripes and red, right? I love black and white and red. So I used our black and white stripes from our Honey Designer Series paper. Once again, I did the bottom. I just did the keyboard and then I cut on the curve so that we had a border down here. Put Happy Birthday, You Rock. And then when you open it up, I simply put the curved as well. So we have 3 very pretty cards that I think really make a statement. Now remember, when you order from this mini catalog and you order at least $50, you can select something free from our celebration. I hope that you decide to be my customer. You can go to creativemomentsbyg.com and just click on shop. Well, thank you so much for sharing your time with me today. I would love it if you would head over to my shop and place an order. We absolutely love this music from the heart. It is so cute, so many possibilities. And we've also created another video that I'll link at the end. So please take time to view that one. And if you found some inspiration today, please give us a thumbs up. YouTube loves this and it means so much to us. And if you want to join our team, Sunflower Stampers, we would love to have you. So I hope you go out and have a fantastic day. Remember, be creative in your crafting, and I'll see you in the next video.